All right. I'm feeling so much better. I didn't stream on Friday because I felt so terrible. I think I got a sinus infection, and like I started to feel better like halfway through last week, and then Friday it got worse. I woke up Friday morning and I felt like I felt terrible. It's the sickest I felt in a long time. So I didn't stream and I took it easy during the day. But I did a virtual care appointment Friday, and got amoxicillin. I think amoxicillin. I don't know. Some antibiotic prescribed, and I feel so much better. Which I was out of commission all weekend. Vafi, I owe you my calendar link. Let me set a reminder for myself. Remind me at 11 a.m. to send Vafi a calendar link. Cool. There we go. Hopefully we won't forget this time. All right, I want to do one thing with my NeoVim config this morning real quick. I want to, actually, let's quit out of this and tmux into our config. We don't have any sessions going. Okay. Rename session config. Isn't that right? Rename -s config. Rename session tmux. So if we do $, where's my $? There. Nice. Okay, so in here, let's vim in and let's, I'm trying to get my mouse pads definitely got bumped. All right, under new home, I want to install code, open code today too. So in here, it's going to be in key maps, and then I want to jump down to didn't we fix all this? Ah, right. It took me to the wrong one. I gotta, maybe I'll do that today at work, is rip out nicks from my work computer. Where are my diagnostics in here? Here we go. Toggle diagnostics. So if we get this, I can come here and I can toggle that. I want a way to copy, or I want to be able to toggle the float window for diagnostics still. So our two options is we copy it to the clipboard, or we pop open this thing and I copy it. Let's write a nvim lua function, or a lua function using the nvim API to copy the current line's diagnostics to the clipboard. Yeah, I guess we can do that. So let's go ahead and add that to our utils. Didn't we make a utils file? Oh, we caught a prelude, that's right. So let's grab this, yoink you, yoink this, put you down here, drop that down there. Whoa, what? Ah, yeah. I'll say m dot copy line diagnostics to clipboard is equal to copy line diagnostics to clipboard. And then let's, rather than printing, let's use our current, let's use this function that we have above. And we can do this local cursor position. Actually, we can just say, what does this want? The line equals 0 indexed is going to be equal to true. And then we'll do dot row. And we can get rid of these. And we'll come down here and we'll do snacks.notify. What was the message? Snacks.notify. And this will just be information. Can I set the level? Oh, what the fuck? Offset level. Is that how that works? We should probably check the docs for that. What's up, Kraut? We need to figure out how to start streaming to Twitter. I want to do that this week. Let's snacks. Little left. Just stream to Twitter, easy? Yeah, you're right. I don't know what I was thinking, dude. Snacks. Oh, we can chain off of it. So you can go to there. Great. Then down here, do the same thing. And we'll say yank. All right, that looks pretty good. And then let's go back to our key maps. And in here, we'll add a key map that is like, I think we already have a CD. Ah, we don't. Nice, we'll use that then. So we'll use bim.keymap.set in normal mode. We want to do leader CD. We want to do what did we just name that function? What up, Nick Latch? I'm feeling so much better than I was last week. I didn't stream on Friday because I was sick as a dog. I woke up, well, I hardly slept because I was coughing all night. I ended up having, I think, like bronchitis and a sinus infection or something, and close to borderline pneumonia. One or some combination of those, my doctor thought. So I had like basically an infection, and I was, not doing great. And then we'll add, here, we'll add desk equals just crawling my way through Minneapolis traffic. Oof. I hate traffic, dude. I do not miss commuting in traffic. This will be C copy line diagnostics. We can source this. Actually, right, quit all, then back in. We can do an update quick. Got a raid of Sam Huckabee. What? Sam Huckabee at this time? What's up, dude? Were we riding a camel? Yeah, dude. Chat, go follow Sam Huckabee right now. He's one of my favorite people I've ever had the privilege of interacting with parasocially, and I consider him a true friend I've met online. Hell yeah. I've been paying attention to your tweets very closely. Vicariously living through you. All right, so let's see if our function worked here. I like nix this. Diagnostics copied to clipboard. That looks good. Ooh, is that right? I think that is actually right. If I nix that, we have lowercase global variable. If we do copy diagnostics, and now we undo that and we paste it, what do we get? Beautiful. It works. All right, Kraut. OBS multi. Let me grab that and throw that in my read later. I'm working on some automation for my, well, right now, actually we're switching right now. New -s, and we'll say budget sync. I'm working on some automations for how Justine and I budget that I might end up trying to turn into a mini SaaS, but we'll see. It syncs transactions between Splitwise and You Need a Budget, which Justine and I use. And I'm going to do some like AI stuff for auto categorizing transactions based on like the history of our budgets. All right, so let's hop over here. No, we don't need that. We can keep it here. All right, so in here we can go to budget. Yep. And we're gonna vim in. We're working on refactoring some stuff because I've adopted some newer patterns. But let's do a quick update here. Fun. I guess not. I forgot we were using Dynamo for this. Yeah, Sam, if you want, YNAB has been, I don't know if you use YNAB, but YNAB has been the most important piece of software in my life. I've been using it since 2015. I can tell you where every penny I've spent and saved has gone to. It's helped get my mom off the paycheck to paycheck cycle. It's helped my sister, a bunch of my cousins, a bunch of friends. I'm a huge believer in that piece of software. And yeah, if you want to talk about how like Justine and I use it, I also used it in my previous marriage a little bit differently than Justine and I have. And yeah, happy to talk about it anytime because it's such an important piece of software to me. In fact, back in the day, YNAB wrote a blog post about me. Budget. In a previous life, you need a budget. Dylan. They might have taken it down. YNAB. YNAB blog. All my stuff is coming up. This is so funny. Here, yeah. This is it. Dang, look how young Winnie was. This is my ex-wife. So everyone bear in mind that that is my ex-wife. But there's still some really good shit in here. Yeah, dude, I was like 20. I was 24, 25 in that picture. 24, maybe 23, somewhere in there. April, no, that's 5 years ago. I don't know. This came out later, though. No, I don't. God, look at Winnie, dude. Winnie looks so young. Ah, God. I don't know. It was a dark time in my life. We'll go with that. Trying to remember where we left off at. Right. Looks like we might have refactored this to the new pattern. Yeah, we did. Great. So we have YNAB, we have the Splitwise effect client built into the new pattern. Great. Do we have you? This is completely commented out. All right, let's check Electro then. These are our entities.
Describe the world.
Thank you for the follow, Pass Rice. This page on me already. What was I doing down here? I don't know what we were doing down here, but we're gonna let it go for now. Let's just run a type check and see what happens. All right, great. Cannot find Dynamo. Star as budget sync. Ah, okay, so that's where we're working on. All right, so let's go over here, in here, and let's figure out what the hell's going on. Whoa, the fuck did I do there? I just caught the lyrics there at the end. See you, Sam. Appreciate the raid. Okay, so we have a, I think I have a bug. With a keybind. If I press this key here, that comma, and I press E, it should jump me to the next error, and it's just jumping me from diagnostic to diagnostic, where it should jump me straight to the error. So let's go fix that. And that is going to be should be this one. Meditation time chat. Thank you, Shreyas. Okay, that's how you do it. All right, that fixed it. So that's good, that's good. And then warning, we just copy this into here. Paste that, get rid of that comma. Paste that here. All right, that should jump us there, and that, yeah, there we go, perfect. And then I can do copy diagnostic, that puts it on my clipboard, nice. Boom. Yes, I saved the link for OBS crowd to look at one of these nights tonight. Thank you for looking that up. I actually met Nate McGrady, who works on the video streaming stuff for X, and I have a DM going with him, so we might get opted in to some beta stuff and the creator dashboard stuff on X. I just have to find the time to look into it, which I'll probably do tonight while Justine plays Oblivion. All right, let's refactor this thing to the new pattern here, which we have this budget sync, get most recent. Yeah, we can probably comment out the actual functions for now. All right, then we want to break out make. I don't know what we were doing here, but that's fine. What were we doing here? Yeah. All right, so let's grab this function right here, and we'll grab that down to there, and this will become, let's see, export const create service equals a function that does that, and we can just do that there. Sync, yeah, sure, we'll uncomment sync. Okay, we'll uncomment that. I want to code review this in a second. Get most recent Splitwise notification date. We go in, we get most recent from Splitwise transactions because we're syncing all of them. We get completed, we map it. What do you return? An option of a date. Okay, that makes sense. We don't, we can return that, that's fine. Decode to type array, that makes sense, that's a good function. What do we get here? Yeah, we should go fix. the types that these return. Because we're probably passing this through a schema. Get notifications. And do we run that through? We do. I'm not super happy with how I designed schemas, which is one thing I want to use this project to figure out. Can't believe, yeah, you can't just leave during meditation, Shreyas. Good God. Classic Shreyas. Classic Shreyas. Okay, so I think one thing I've started appreciating is making these opaque types, because they just end up cluttering stuff. So I end up, rather than using types here, I go here and I make it, all right, so let me actually show the problem. When we look at the return type of this function, it's got like this giant blob and it's really hard to see what the type is. So what I've started doing is using opaque types, which if you change this type to an interface, and this becomes extends, and that comes out here like this, and you don't have to do that anymore. In fact, I can you just do this. Do I really have to make a type? Oh, I have to do something like, all right, hold on here. This is gonna be annoying. We're gonna make it happen. Because this is not opaque. Although there is something that docs about this, I want to make sure I'm not doing something stupid. I can probably just Command K it. Opaque. Schemas with opaque types. Schema that type. Okay, I can do that. I knew I was getting ready to do something stupid. So we can change this to interface. This comes over to extends schema.type of, that was hard to get. Type of notification API schema. So bad at using my pinky when I'm typing on my left hand. What up, Ethan? All right, so this should give me an opaque type. And now when we come over here, Son of a bitch. I guess we can just type it, right? We can say this is going to return that, and then we'll just say it will be an effect dot effect that returns a notification array, and then paste that in. Read only, maybe. Yeah. There we go. That just makes it easier to read. Want to hear something funny? Yeah, I do want to hear something funny. Hit me. So me and Beth get Starbucks at the same drive-thru every morning. I've received a parking notice of $133 because they think I've parked there for 24 hours. Because I got there at the same time. Dude, so you're gonna have to go to court. Yeah, no. Mattia's here. the DevX expert of the Effectful team. What up, Mattia? Hope you're doing well, buddy. You need to re-export your variable with force type. It's your opaque type. So you're saying that would be... Yeah, I was gonna say, you definitely have the evidence to win that, Ethan. Whatever, we'll come and clean types later. I'm not super worried about that. Especially because I'm the only one we're working in this code base. You need to re-export your variable with force type. Yeah, that's all right. We'll just keep this as is right now. We'll come back and clean up. I don't remember what we were doing here. Right, we should probably finish making this. So then we can move this out. We can basically take this and we'll say down here, export const layer is equal to, this will be layer without dependencies, dependencies is going to equal create service. And then we should have that, and it should depend on, yeah. This is going to return an effect, dot effect, that returns an I budget sync. And the things that it can, yeah, we'll just copy the diagnostics, paste that, and then we'll go grab the errors here. Yank to comma, undo that. Now we have the errors, and we can import those. And it needs a budget sync electro DB. Nice. Guys, anyone know what the top bar, which is something to do with 2 mucks, I believe it's called? I'll send them $103 in Monopoly money. This top bar up here is the that's the normal line in tmux. Let me go look. Tmux plugins Capuchin. Is it the window line, the status line, pane line, status? Somewhere down here I flip it. I set it to be vertical. Status. I think it's just the NeoVim status line. All right, now we can go in here and we said sync is supposed to send a sync output. So we're saying sync. What is this type right here? That looks like it's a... not an account. Sync transaction. Isn't that what that is? Yeah, that's a sync transaction. Dude, that's so annoying, Ethan. I'd be so annoyed. All right. Yeah, we can get rid of you. We can get rid of all these. You can get rid of you. And what is this upset about now? Goodness gracious. Good morning, Bodhi. Hello.
Did you get it? Buddy, get it.
Hi. Yes, good morning. Good morning, Bodhi.
Buddy, get it.
Oh, goodness.
That's so good. Okay. Are you ready? You want to do cookie?
Sit. He has not eaten yet.
No, buddy, get it.
Bodhi's in time. Sit. 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 Woof. Woof. No. Sit. Relax. Woof. Woof. Good boy.
Let's go get breakfast.
Alright. Effect void never. Yeah. We never finished writing sync. Alright, so when we sync, let's try to remember how we're doing this. We go and find the budget sync account. We get the most recent notification date, which is an option, which is fine. Alright, let's see if we're even getting here. And we'll come back, and this is going to return a, we'll update this to return a array of notifications. We'll say read-only notification read-only notification, which will import from there. Dot pipe. We provide it. I almost need to be able to open that window. ID type. I can't even tell what's missing in this type. What is the error here? The provided type of the array looks like this. Is it that I just have it narrowed? Ah. That's interesting. Oh. We must have a typed. type schema. Do we have an expense notification type? No. So I should be able to export type of a expense notification. In fact, we can just do interface extends schema.schema.type type of expense notification schema, right? And then close that up. And then found what? Do I really have 3 windows open? I do. All right. So this then we pass that out, import that. You know what? We're gonna go and enable Scratch. Dude, the internet went down.
Yeah, our internet's been going down.
Can you get Bodhi down?
He said okay. Are you still, like, is your stream still up?
What?
Is your stream still up?
No, it went down.
Ooh. Yeah, you need to fix the internet.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix it today.
Okay, great.
That's what I'll do after I'm done streaming.
If you're done streaming. Have fun with were Bodhi's Zooms this morning. They were good, right?
What?
Did you like his Zooms? He was hyped, so I said, we can do something with this.
All right, chat. I can't see you guys on my side. It looks like I'm disconnected. Okay, we're back. I don't know what's happening. Right now I'm using, I've been fighting this problem. Hold on here, let me check something. Maybe you guys can help me fix this. I don't think there's anything I can't show. So I have a setup where I have a router modem from my ISP and it goes into a Eero, which is my own router. And I'm trying to use that. Let me just jump over here. So yeah, whatever. So I have IP pass-through mode on, and I have this passing through to my router, which this is the MAC address of my router. I have that on, but like every hour or two, my broadband, like this goes down, and like it's like my router, the Eero router, isn't being assigned an IP address, which I have that on. IP pass through. It's passing through to my router.
I guess we're just gonna leave that as a charge for a bit, folks.
I have a fixed allocation on my router. Actually, I don't think that's right anymore. Or no, I have a fixed IP allocated to my router, which is that MAC address. A12. Although that looks like a different address.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
So do I need to set this? What did we just do there? 1.79.
Very sweet. Thank you so much.
I can't tell if I need to enable a cascade router. I don't know. We're up now, so I'm not gonna. Hopefully, it holds out for the rest of the stream. I think I'm just gonna renuke my entire network and set it up from scratch tonight. I want this scratch buffer. Quickly open Scratch Buffer for testing code, creating notes, or just messing around. Scratch Buffers are organized by using context like your blah, blah, blah. All right, so let's enable Scratch. So if we go over here and we put it here, Scratch equals enabled equals true. And then we'll want some keybinds for this. Search open buffers. Yeah, I think so. Yep. Yep. That should be fine. Yeah, that's what I've done. This is the exact thing I just did. I'm going to save this though, just in case. Bodes. All right. So we'll do come in here and we'll do a new of these, and we'll say leader scratch buffer, toggle scratch buffer leader dot. Sure, we'll use that. It's not a bad keybind. And we'll do, dude, what the heck? Did I just open VS Code in my browser? It's about the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Help. You guys see this? Classic VS Code experience. Scratch, scratch, scratch. Snacks dot scratch desk equals toggle scratch buffer. And we'll take you, add a comma, put you there, and then we'll do search scratch buffers. Oh. So maybe these do have to just be function calls. So we'll make this function yeah, our ISP is giving us a route, but they prioritize fees for. All right, nice. So now we got a scratch buffer. So I think what I'll use the scratch buffer for is when I copy an LSP error and I want to read it more. So in here, where were we before? Sync transaction? No. We were in budget sync? Yeah, down here. I copy that and I can just throw it in here. There we go. And I think I can do toggle word wrap. Yeah.
This is
Nice.
not a sweatshop. It's not a sweatshop.
Okay. Gone too long. So they're still underscored. Which means in our schemas, our expense notifications, when we parse them here, we want to turn them from base notifications. Yeah, we want to just do the rename. And we can do the same thing. In fact, I think we might be able to just take you and do this instead, possibly. Oh, it doesn't. I would have to extend it. That should actually probably fix it. Or get close.
These are crazy. Oh my god. That's it's Raycast. What up, Neil?
We did change that, didn't we?
Speaks the gospel of the camel.
Thank you for the
speak
sub,
gospel
Patel.
of the dunes. The sand is in my veins. Come ride a camel with me today.
What did we just mess up here? So this should end up returning. Let's comment out these quick. And let's say that we want this. We know we want this to return an effect that has a read-only array of expense notification. And it's going to return, yeah, I know it's going to have a bunch of errors here. We can copy the diagnostics, go here, paste that in, and we'll just grab Yankee in that, and then we have the errors, and it requires a budget sync DB, and it requires a Splitwise client. Okay, so that is what we're returning. We're not getting a type error, which is bizarre. Ah, we have the errors wrong here. So a sync error is really, sync error is really this thing right here, this union. It's gonna be that. And we can say this will be sync error. No, wait. Which now we can do this, and I'm assuming we need to give it a Splitwise client. And we can do effect.provide service Splitwise. All right, what is this upset about? How is that not the same exact type? Just started learning React and Next.js, React Native using V0, and boy, it's been so fun. Hell yeah. Nice, dude. Types. Oh, I had it right. LOL. All right, we did fix it. There we go. All right, let's see if we can actually get this to run. If we already have a split, so let's close that. Let's go to main. I might have to blur my screen quick to deal with some tokens, but that will be all right. Let's close this, close that, close that. For created expenses, create blah, 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 sync expenses. I don't think we need any of this anymore. Don't need you. Oh man, we have a bunch of stuff in here. We must have prototyped this out. Option.lift predicate. I don't know how that works. Ah, I do know how that works. Did we put these in the prelude? No, but we should. These are actually helpful functions. Let's take those and put those in prelude. Drop those, export. Back to main. And we can get rid of all these frickin' imports. And then this becomes layer. And we can go back. We actually want to do, this is not a layer. This is, we need to do layer dot effect, and we'll give it our budget sync tag. And then we need to give it the function to create, which is that. Throw that in. And then we'll say we're going to have a layer. And here we'll pipe and provide our dependencies. Layer dot provide, and we're going to give it it needs a budget sync electrodb that should have a layer on it. Import star as. Now, why can't we, there should be a layer exported from this. Oh, did we not fix this one yet? Oh, I guess we didn't fix this one yet. It's so annoying. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about that one, but we will deal with this one, and we'll copy this effect. And we're going to say this is going to be create service. Const. It's a function that returns that. And then we'll say we have a const layer without dependencies going to be layer dot effect, and that will be electro. This guy. And then create service. And then we have our, let's make that centered. We can export that. This will be our default layer, and this will be layer without dependencies, and we'll just extend that, pipe that. Layer.provide, and that just needs our electrodb.default. And this should have no dependencies now. Great. And now we can delete you, all of you. I want to get rid of that with instrumentation bit. In here, this is just going to become effect.withspan. And then this gets deleted, and that gets that. And that should be fine. Yeah, there we go. That's what we wanted to do. Okay. So what is wrong with you now? Oh. And then this should be... Is that what I have to do? Oh, we never defined the type for this. A class counts as a type though. So if I come in here and I say type, budget is that read only. In fact, let's just do, yeah, no, that's fine. And we delete inside that, and we can throw that in there. Yoink that, export that. 26 down, we change this, paste that. That's all good. Now we have that type, and we can reference that type in here where this was being angry. I budget sync electro DB. Yeah. Is that not right? Ah. So do I reference the tag or the type? Cannot use... There we go. That was confusing. All right. Much better. And now we want this to be layer. And there should be no dependence. Oh, we still have to give that a splitwise. Splitwise dot. This will be star as splitwise. Yeah. And now we can get the layer from this. Yeah, there we go. And that gives us a budget sync. All right. Work through all our type errors. Excellent. Let's rename this to dependencies. So this should actually return us notifications, expense notifications. We should just rename that. Expense notifications. And I'm gonna blur my screen quick chat. While I check my mvarc. Okay, that seems like it's all good. We should be able to go to Yak. Get a new version of Yak. All right, so API key is working. All right, so when we run this, all right, let's think about what should happen here. We run it, we hit sync. We run our actual sync function, which is down here. We get our ElectroDB database, which can we even connect to our ElectroDB database? That's the next question. I've recently started. Oh, hold on. Let me catch up on chat here before we try this. I use Raycast AI purely. I've started using Raycast a lot more over the past couple of weeks. To me, using AI is like asking a senior to do your work for you on the job without really expanding. Except that, yeah, I don't think AI is very good at being. I don't think AI gives advice anywhere near. I don't think. Sorry, catching up on a work issue from this morning, which is why I started streaming late. I had to take care of an incident this morning. I was actually on time to stream this morning, right at 7 o'clock, chat, but there was a domains incident ongoing that I got roped into this morning. Okay, so what I was saying is I don't think that generally speaking, I'll wait till the ads are over here. Okay.
The gospel
Thanks,
of
Erlock.
the camel.
Appreciate you.
I speak the gospel
Really,
of the
really
dunes.
appreciate that, Dan. Thank you.
The sand is in my veins.
All right. So I don't think
Come
that
right
AI
upon me
output
today.
gives advice anywhere near a senior. I would take AI output as, depending on the language and the context that the AI has, like either somewhere from a mid-level dev to, somewhere in the mid-level dev range. I recently started working front again. I have 6 years learning TypeScript, React, and such. The AI has been quite, so AI is very good at TypeScript and React. That's one stack it's decent at. I would still be skeptical of it because I feel like it doesn't know React 19 all that well yet. So just make sure you're giving it the right context. Yeah, yep, totally agree with this. Learn about Yak from you. Yak is so good. Real devs use curl. I love curl. Do you also manage V0? No, I do not manage V0. I'm giving the V0, well, we're going to collaborate with the V0 team a little bit because you're going to be able to buy domains from V0 eventually. Also, I'll give chat a little Vercel spoiler. When you guys, in the next coming weeks to month, when you deploy AI, Vercel AI chat template, when you deploy this template here, is it this one? Yeah, basically, these are the same thing. When you deploy this, we're going to give you a free .chat domain. So like, let's see here. Where can I go? Vercel.com/domains. Let's say you're like, I don't know, dmmulroy.chat, right? We're going to give you a free .chat domain for the first year when you deploy with that. So you can have like anything, like your company, my company.chat. So look forward to that coming soon. Little spoiler alert. No, you get to pick the domain name completely. So you'll get to pick, you could do vafi.chat, right? It's a completely free. It's not like we already give you .vercel.app. That's a subdomain to vercel.app. We're giving you a free for the first year root level Apex domain for .chat. Yeah, exactly, MCABs. Yep, yep. That'll probably be available in like like 2 months. We're gonna roll that out. No, that was not mentioned in the community stand-up thing. This is a extra special spoiler teaser. I had a busy morning that morning, Ethan, otherwise I would have. All right, so we go in here. Oh, yeah, I was right. We wanted to check if we can connect to budget sync. Okay, so we're still attached to Dynamo. Nice. Do we have any open? So it doesn't look like we have a table in here yet. Let's see if that's true. AWS. I should probably blur this. Any idea when if domains will support .se for Sweden? Let me check something off screen, and I can tell you. Some ccTLDs are pretty hard to support. Actually, let's see here. It looks like we should be able to sell .ses in basically the same time we roll out the .chat thing. We should be able to start selling .s. Maybe not exactly on the release date, but by end of year or look, we should be able to support .se. DynamoDB. Okay. Okay, so we do have a table there. Am I connected? Token is expired. How do I don't know how to use the AWS CLI. This is such a problem. How do I get a fresh token from AWS CLI? I don't know AWS very well, Ethan, so I very well might be able to. I just don't know for certain. Okay, we're re-authenticated. We are, let me close, okay, that's good. All right, everything's good. Am I unblurred? Yeah, there we go. Okay, we can close you and you. Let's see here. All right, so we go and we get our budget sync account ID, which comes from my .mvarc, which will be here. Budget sync account ID. Okay. We get that's the account ID. We fetch. This should work if we run it. So I do bun run source/main.ts. All right. We got a DynamoDB error. Invalid attribute in clause. So that probably means that $152. $144. So I don't think we do any electro stuff in yield right now. Oh, we do. Well, we could say, do I want to try to play with the debugger right now? Probably not. Yield star effect dot log info. We'll just do some console printing.
About that?
All right, so we got there.
I asked her where she was. You don't need to bark. No.
We got there.
Hey, stop.
I don't think we got there. Okay, so we figured out the error is happening in get most recent Splitwise notifications. So let's dive into that.
That's a nice blue. Dylan. You just gotta check out her sploot. It's a really good one.
We need to sploot it out.
That's a good sploot.
It is a good sploot.
Buddy.
So we say we're gonna get most recent transactions. Get most recent. Ah, we have an issue here. And the error is invalid attribute and where clause passed to EQ. All right. So we found the issue. Something, this EQ, takes an attribute A, A extends with attribute That's interesting. They're backwards. I should open some PRs to fix some of the typings in Electro. Let's record a macro here, and we're going to delete to the comma. We're going to go to the end of the next word, comma, paste, go back to here, delete back, go to the previous comma, paste, X. I should be able to do that here. Yeah, I just switched it. Now this should work. All right, so now we have, this is good. This is much better. This is schema. This is like Zod errors now. I need to change that. Let's go change that while I think about it. I want to change my tmux keybind. Right now it's Shift V. I just want to make it V. What did I do here?
Odie?
In copy mode, binds the uppercase capital V to cancel the selection and exit copy. This means if you're in copy mode, it will stop the selection process. I don't want that. Don't want that. Don't want that. Can I change it to just to go in and out of selection with V? Hold on.